This is a Hyundai Elantra, and in about 10 seconds, it's going to do the one thing it was never designed to do: drift on purpose every day. What if the cheapest commuter in the parking lot became a drift taxi, a car built to give paying passengers safe, repeatable sideways rides on a closed course? To make that believable, you don't start with horsepower. You start with reliability, because a drift taxi can't be broken after 3 runs. The first real change is the rear end. A proper limited slip differential, stronger axles, and cooling so it can spin tires for hours without cooking itself. Then suspension, more steering angle up front, stiffer bushings, and alignment that lets the Elantra hold a slide without fighting the driver every second. Now add the drift taxi requirement nobody talks about: passenger comfort. You need smooth transitions, predictable grip, and a cabin that doesn't feel like a metal drum. Because a good drift ride isn't chaos. It's control, steady angle, steady speed, and a driver who can repeat it like a metronome. And here's the surprising part: you don't need huge power. For taxi duty, you want the minimum power that maintains a slide so the car lasts and the tires don't evaporate. So the build becomes a business equation: tires per day, fuel per session, pads per week, every upgrade measured against cost. The Elantra's secret advantage is that it's boring. Parts are everywhere, repairs are cheap, and if you break a fender, you're not crying into a supercar invoice. But safety has to be non-negotiable: proper seat mounts, harnesses, a fire extinguisher, and a setup that stays stable when weight shifts suddenly. And it must be legal where it operates, meaning closed course, track rules, inspections, and a car that's predictable even when it's sideways. So what would it feel like? Not like a race car, like a normal sedan that somehow learned a completely different language. When it initiates, the rear brakes loose, then the front catches it. The car rotates around the cone circle like it's on rails. That's the drift taxi dream. Maximum fun, minimum drama. A machine that makes passengers laugh and accountants relax. And it flips the status story. Because the best drift taxi isn't the most expensive car, it's the one that can do 200 runs and ask for nothing. So what if a Hyundai Elantra became a drift taxi? Honestly, it might be one of the smartest uses of a boring sedan ever. Now you decide: would you ride in an Elantra drift taxi? Or is that exactly the kind of chaos you'd pay for once and never again? And what's the next wrong car that should become a drift taxi?